And we're live. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Bundesliga predictions and bets. Let's get right into it. We had a successful week, Matchday 29. I know in the past videos I always get mixed up which match day it is, but I got it right. I got it right this time. It's Matchday 29. I even wrote it on the fucking whiteboard to make sure that I didn't mess up what match day it was. But winning week, much better than Matchday 28. Where I fucking lost my house. I was just playing. But yeah, winning week now. So Freiburg and Leverkusen, I did say that was going to go over 1.5 goals, and it didn't. I don't remember if I said over 2.5 or 1.5, but either way, it did neither of them. So we lost that one. I'm just going to kind of do a little review of Matchday 29 so we can get all caught up, and then we'll head over to match day 30 in just a sec. Okay, so Freiburg versus Leverkusen. It was a 1-0 game. Pretty boring if you ask me. The intensity wasn't there from neither team, which surprised me from Leverkusen because they've been great since coming back from the break. But they kind of let me down on that one. Freiburg just have bad quality up top. They had a few chances, some one-on-ones, and they just did not put them away. Just goes to show that Leverkusen are vulnerable, but Freiburg just don't have the quality to put their chances away as like Leverkusen did with Havertz. That was a weird goal, It was kind of like it was a slow ball. I mean, it should have been kicked away from Freiburg's defense, but Havertz just came in and just tapped it in with his toes in the back of the net. Let's go on to the next game. Wolfsburg versus Frankfurt. This was another loss. So the first three games were losses. So Wolfsburg versus Frankfurt, I did say Wolfsburg was going to win this one, and they ended up losing 2-1. As you can see, set piece goals are a big thing right now, guys. I'm gonna mention that again. I'm gonna keep mentioning it every time I see a set piece now. I'm like, oh shit, anything can happen because I've seen a lot of goals going through set pieces, whether they're crosses from the corner of the 18-yard box or corner kicks. They're like free kicks from the corner of the 18-yard box. They're deadly, especially right now with no fans. I don't know if players just lose focus or I don't know what it is, but a lot of set piece goals. Wolves didn't put their chances away. Wolfsburg did not put their chances away. Again, they had a decent amount of shots on goal, and they just didn't put them away, and Frankfurt did. They did have a PK, and Silva scored that PK. And Brooks, my fellow American, you're making us look bad, man. That second goal was trash. It was a horrible lob cross in, and he's just standing there, staring at him, staring at the forward, header it back in for the tap in for the Japanese. I think he's Japanese. I don't know his name, but Brooks was just standing there. He just stared him down, and then he gave like a little jump, and yeah, it was. And then when the Japanese striker came in to tap it in, the two Wolfsburg center backs were just standing there staring at him. So that defense it was embarrassing. Move on to the next game. Mainz versus Hoffenheim. I don't remember what I bet on this one, to be honest. How professional is this, huh? Fuck, I'm not even prepared. But I know I got this one wrong. Whatever it was, I did not put Hoffenheim to win. I think I put Mainz to win, actually. And if I didn't do that, I don't remember. But point is, it was poor defending, man. Poor defending. It was just a PK. It was a PK too. So it was poor defending from Mainz. That defending was horrible. Like three guys came in to tackle the Hoffenheim strike forward, and they just like there's no reason to do that. There's three guys on him. But Mainz keeper saved it. Which by the way, he has to be the man of the match. He made loads of saves, great saves versus Hoffenheim. That save, being a former high school keeper myself, I low PKs are hard to get to, man. I mean, the distance from the PK spot to the goal line is short as it is. Now imagine having to get to the floor that fast with the power of these professional players. That's very difficult to do. So, great save from Mainz keeper. Mainz should have probably scored. I mean, they were unfortunate with that post on that free kick, and I'm reading off my notes, guys. Disallowed keeper foul. Oh, there was a disallowed goal by Mainz because of there was like a mashup in the box, and then a Mainz player tripped and hit the keeper. Granted, it was by accident, but he still hit the keeper, which affected the play, and the keeper was on the floor. So yeah, next game, Hertha Berlin versus Augsburg. Hertha is just amazing right now. If I said in my previous videos, they're just amazing to watch. Augsburg wasn't that bad. Let me be honest. They weren't that bad. They started off the game really strong, and I can see that they just don't put their chances away, but they're good going forward. Their passing play is good going forward. They just did not put their chances away, and Hertha Berlin's defense has been solid since the break. What was I gonna say? The player Durasun. I don't know his name, but his composure for that first goal, man. It was the keeper made a great save, and then the ball landed to his feet, and instead of blasting it in like most players would have done, he gave that little chip. He kind of lifted the ball up over the defender and then blasted it in, which just goes to show the composure that this player has, man. It was a beautiful goal. That was a nice goal. The calmness that he had was awesome. Augsburg had an unlucky shot on goal that hit the post, and they had an unfortunate handball. I do think that there was a handball in the box. I don't know what to say. I mean, he did slide for that tackle. So, I mean, I guess it is a natural thing to kind of set your hand down, but it still hit his hand. So, I think it should have been a handball. But next game, Schalke versus Bremen. I did say if you guys want to risk this game, I think Bremen was going to win, and I got that one right. So I got the Hertha game right. I thought Hertha was going to win. I bet Hertha was going to win. Schalke versus Bremen. I don't remember if I said under 2.5, but I do believe that game was going to be under 2.5, and it was. And I said if you really want to risk it, Bremen to win, and Bremen came out with the win. Bittencourt with that beautiful goal. He set it up on his left side, and he scored it early on in the first half. And the only person to look to threat for Schalke still hasn't woken up since the break. The only one that looks dangerous is McKennie, my fellow American. And I'm not saying that because I'm an American, but for set pieces, he's the only one that looks threatening. He scored that header not so long ago, and then in this game he had a clear header that he probably should have put away, but he's the only one. Bremen played well on top. I don't know what happened to them versus Frankfurt. I did think they were going to win. I did say that if they want to make it out of the relegation zone, these are the games they need to be winning. Versus Frankfurt, they needed at least to get a point out of that. And the last 20 minutes of the game, they just gave up. They were on Frankfurt the first half. I thought Bremen were going to get a goal first half, and it just didn't happen. They didn't put their chances away. So I don't know what happened to them versus Frankfurt, but they beat Schalke. Granted, anybody could beat Schalke at this given moment, but they did what they had to do. And Bremen need to win if they want to get out of this relegation zone. And I believe they are going to get out of it, at least into the playoff spot. So these other teams need to look over the shoulders. I think Frankfurt should be safe after that win versus Bremen, but we'll see. Bayern versus Düsseldorf. It was an obvious game. Bayern was going to wreck Düsseldorf, and they did. So you can't really judge Düsseldorf off that. I think they are a better team than the table shows, but Bayern are just a different machine. They're trying to break records right now. They're trying to get the most points at the end of the season, and Lewandowski and Davis are just on fire right now. Davis continues to to impress. And I'm proud. I'm proud because he's coming from the MLS. So that Mönchengladbach versus Union. Again, Union has no intention of scoring. Plea and Turan are just a great duo. I know they're missing another forward, but those two guys on the field can score goals. Paderborn versus Dortmund. Paderborn held on for the first half, but second half, you can just see Dortmund demolished them. They got tired after like 30 minutes. I thought Dortmund were going to get a goal towards the end of the first half, but no, they just put it away after in the second half. I thought they were going to lack goals, actually, without Haaland, but as you can see, they won 6-1. So, Cologne versus Leipzig. Again, Leipzig, they were just a way better team. Like I said, in any game that Cologne plays, there's going to be goals. I think any game that Cologne plays is going to be over 2.5 goals. But I might defer on that on this next game. Again, ignore the background. It's my whiteboard. I was just doing my calculations with the stats and shit like that. I mean, for all you guys know, I scribbled up there, so it looks like I know what I'm doing. I know it's blurry, but that's the way my camera's set up. But I don't trust Leipzig's back line, man. I really don't. As you can see, they let goals in. I don't trust. I can't even pronounce his name. Upamecano, the young French center back. And as you guys have probably know now, I'm a Barca fan, and Barca were looking at him because Barcelona have a bad center back fucking problem. But that's not the point. But I don't trust them, man. They give balls away. They give simple passes away. So every time their back line, Leipzig's back line has the ball, I get worried. They'll give. Leipzig give away goals. So it's hard for me to trust them. I still think they're gonna win, but I still have this tendency to think that they're gonna let goals in. All right, but that's enough of Matchday 29. But that's another one we won. So we won Hertha to win, Bremen to win, and under 2.5, Bayern to win, Mönchengladbach to win, Dortmund to win, and Leipzig to win on those bets. So it was a winning week. Now, the next games that we're going to talk about, again, I'm using Bovada, and I'm going to read it as the numbers are, the bets are, the money lines are at this given day. So, sorry guys. Someone outside? I said my door's right there, so come in if you guys are outside. Okay, so let's go with the first game. I'm not going to bet on all these games, actually, because I've realized that sometimes no bet is a good bet. So you don't have to bet on every single game. But I'm going to give my opinion of what I would probably do, and I'll tell you if I'm not going to bet on it, but I'll still give you an opinion of what I think it will be. Freiburg versus Mönchengladbach, which is the first game on the 5th. And Freiburg is at plus 340. Mönchengladbach is at negative 140 and draws at plus 295. Sorry, I got distracted because there's a... hold on, it's my... at over and under... hold on, guys, sorry. Babe. Hello. Sorry, guys. My girlfriend keeps calling, man. When the girlfriend calls, you gotta answer, man, or else I'll get my fucking ass whooped. Okay, so over and under is at 2.5 and 3 goals. Over is at negative 125. Under is at negative, what the fuck is that, 100,000 or a million? Jesus, never seen that one before. I think I'm going to keep looking back. Sorry, guys, because I did write this game on the board. And I'm not gonna complicate this one. Sorry, guys, I'm not gonna complicate this one. And I'm gonna do a negative 140 money line for Mönchengladbach, and I'm gonna add it to a parlay. So I think Mönchengladbach are gonna win. I feel like Freiburg tends to hold these top teams to a minimum, so I don't think Mönchengladbach is gonna like run over them. So I think if I think it's going to be like a 2-1 scoreline or maybe a 2-0 game. I don't think Mönchengladbach are going to run them over though. I think it's going to be a tighter game than most people would think. So I'm not gonna make things difficult and just do the money line of -140. Next game is Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. This is the game to watch. This is the game to watch on the 6th, which is a Saturday. This is going to be a great game. But Bayern Leverkusen's at plus 450. Bayern Munich is at -215. Draws at 390. Over and unders at 3.5 and 4 goals, both at -115. It's hard to bet against Bayern. But I mean, Leverkusen, they can upset here. They can at least get a point here. But like I said, I mean, it's really hard to bet against Bayern, man. I would say the two bets that I would recommend would be Bayern to win and over 1.5 goals. Even 2.5 if you want to risk that. Well, Bayern to win at over 1.5 is at -165. Bayern to win and over 2.5 goals is at -125. Or if you don't want to pick a winner, you could put both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at -145. So those are my recommendations on that game. Recommendations on that game. Next game, Frankfurt versus Mainz. I'm gonna stay away from this one because I have no idea how this one can go. Frankfurt have won these last two games, but I don't know, they're unpredictable. And then Mainz, they can score, but they just haven't shown anything, So Frankfurt's at -105. Mainz is at plus 255. Over-unders at 3 goals, both at -115. Draws at 270. So I'm going to stay away from this one. But if you want to go for it, I think Frankfurt might get this win. Although their motivation, I mean, they did get these 2 wins, but they have nothing to play for, and they're safe. So Mainz are a little more desperate to win. So I can see a draw here is what I would say, but I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm going to stay away from this one as well. Dusseldorf versus Hoffenheim, even though I think Hoffenheim have actually, I don't know. Hoffenheim are probably the better team, as you can see on the table, but Dusseldorf are desperate to get out of that playoff zone and not get relegated. So Dusseldorf's at plus 170. Hoffenheim's at plus 145. Over and unders at 3 goals. Overs at plus 105, unders at -125. So I put Hoffenheim to win, draw no bet at -130, but I'm gonna stay away from that one. Okay, so next game, Leipzig versus Paderborn. I see nothing but a Leipzig win here. Leipzig's at -800. Paderborn's at plus 1600. Draws at plus 750. Over and unders at 3.5 goals at -125 for over and even for under. I see nothing but Leipzig win, and I would do Leipzig to win with the -2 spread, -165, and add it in a parlay. Or sorry, hold on, guys. I'm looking at my board. Or the other one that I found was Leipzig to win both halves. That's another one good one at -105. Because I think they're going to run over Paderborn. I think it's going to be like a 4-0 game. Next one, another great game. Dortmund versus Berlin. Hertha Berlin. I love Hertha Berlin. So I can see a draw here. Dortmund's at -280. Berlin's at plus 650, and then draws at plus 425. Over unders at 3.5. Over at even, under at -120. Damn, this one, I think the bet I would do here would be Hertha Berlin to have a plus 1.5 spread at -120. Because I feel like they could lose this one, but if they lose, they're not going to lose by more than 1 goal. I think it'll be like a 2-1 game, or 2-1 game, or even a 3-2. But I don't think Berlin are going to lose by over 1 goal. So that'll be the best bet. Or you could put at both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1 sec. Both teams score now over 2.5 at -115, which I also feel like it's a good bet. All right. Next game is Bremen. Sorry, I'm trying to go as quick as possible because my camera's about to die. Bremen versus Wolfsburg. I'm going to stay away from this one because Bremen are desperate to get out, and Wolfsburg have shown that they're inconsistent. Bremen's at plus 270. Wolfsburg's at even and draws at 245. Over-unders at 2.5 goals at negative 115 both. I'm going to stay away from this one. I think Wolfsburg might take the win. But like I said, I don't know. I honestly don't know with this one, so I have no idea what to even tell you guys on this one. So I'm just going to stay away from that one. Union Berlin versus Schalke, arguably the two worst teams in the league, and they should be both in the relegation zone. The only one Berlin's at plus 145, Schalke's at plus 190, draws at plus 215, over-unders at 2 goals. Or 2.5 at negative 15 both. The only bet I would do on this one would be under 2.5 goals. I think this can go either way. And if whatever team wins is not going to win by more than 2 goals, maybe even just 1 goal. And or a draw if you really want. I see a draw here at 1. They both score 1-1, maybe 0-0. But for sure, if you want to be super safe, I don't think they're going to go over 2.5 goals. So that's the best bet. At negative. Hold on. Let's see. At negative. Total goals not over 2.5 at negative 140. Next, that's going to be a boring game for sure. Augsburg versus Cologne, which is the last game of Matchday 30. My gut feeling says Cologne's finally going to get a win here. And I was going to make that decision quick. Augsburg's at plus 170. Cologne's at plus 145. Draws at plus 245. But after doing research and writing the stats on the board, Cologne haven't won any head-to-head against Augsburg. They've lost, actually. They lost twice and tied twice. So, Augsburg has the upper hand in the head-to-head. But according to the stats, Augsburg is having a hard time scoring. Cologne is not, but they're having a hard time putting chances away. So I feel like it could be the best bet here. I think this game is going to be a draw. I feel like it's going to be a draw, but my gut feeling's telling me a Cologne win. Finally gets a win here. But if you don't want to do that and you want to take a risk, draw plus 245 is a good bet. Or both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at plus 10. It's also a good bet, plus 110. And that's pretty much it, guys, for match 30 bets and predictions. I wish you guys the best of luck for match day 30. And I hope we all get another winning week, guys. Overall, it's amazing to watch football again, and I love it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching a league that I had never watched before in the past, as consistent as I am now. And before I end this video, guys, I just want to say, with everything going on, I know everything's chaotic, but I think we should all stick together, and be united. I think it's beautiful watching these professional players use their platform to acknowledge what happened here in the States for George Floyd. Rest in peace. What happened was inhumane. And, it's a tough world out there. But I think we should stay together and not cause harm to ourselves or anybody else out of revenge. I think what happened to George Floyd is very sad, and I completely support everybody who's protesting peacefully. But I just wanted to say that out there, guys, and things will get better, and let's support our people. Let's support the Black community as well as the Hispanic community, just the human race in general. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, if you enjoy this video, I don't say this enough, but if you enjoy my videos, guys, please leave a like. It makes me feel good. So if you like it, leave a like and subscribe for more daily videos. And check out my podcast if you want to see me talk some nonsense and be an idiot. Other than that, guys, I'll leave you guys for the next one. Wish you guys luck. Peace.